Well, here we are on another Friday night, a Friday night fight, if you will, for the SFLm. Coming to you live from Chicago as the Chicago Warriors welcome in the San Jose Flight. Two teams that have already met up this season, of course, much earlier in the year 2024, but we get to reignite this budding rivalry this evening. My name is Cameron Duty, and I'm with my buddy, Rochelle Colston. Rochelle, good evening. Of course, it's always good to be with you. You know that. Everybody knows that. But how are you doing? What are you looking forward to tonight?
Looking forward to seeing at least two teams have different players than they had previously. So it's going to be like a whole new ball game.
It will. It'll have a different feel to it. So obviously not wanting to rely too heavily on the previous stats, but we will go ahead and say that Chicago did defeat San Jose 20-17 back in week 2 of this SFLm season. But anything can change. Like you said, Rochelle, new rosters, new looks for these teams. And folks, get ready and get set. You're not going to go anywhere for the next hour and a half or so. Kickoff is coming your way. Let's have some fun. This kick is, of course, returnable and taken down at the 30-yard line. And we will start right off the bat, introducing you to the San Jose offense. Quarterback number 15, Isaac Covert. The two halfbacks, Sam Harrison and Bismarck Wright, actually playing out of the fullback slot. Wide receiving core of King Alexander and Ezekiel Bear. The two tight ends, Rodney Smith and Chris Arthur. And at center, Jasmine Swift. Speaking of Swift, they're quick to the line for the first play of the game. It's a handoff to Harrison, who gets 4.
Harrison's a new dev player. Plays for the DC Dragons during the regular season.
You and I had the pleasure to call San Jose last week, and we've seen Harrison, as the game went on, continue to just get better and better. Run play again on second down. It goes for a couple of more. So we now say hello to the Chicago defense. The defensive end, Peter Merck, and defensive tackles, May Carter and Brutus Brown and Frank Doom. The linebacking core of Dallas Knowles, William Patterson. The cornerbacks, Devontae Moore, Ness Jenkel. And the safeties, Tyler Highfield and Amonte Dubois-Smith. Pressure getting there to Covert, but he somehow gets that pass away, and it is complete to Ezekiel Bear for a first down.
What a great play. 3rd and 4th, your playbook was wide open, so he found his open receiver and he moved the chains down the field.
Another guy who had a great night the other night when we watched San Jose play was Isaac Covert, and there you see a little bit of what he can do when he is able to get out in space away from the pass rush. Usually delivers a really nicely thrown football. So it's 1st and 10 now for San Jose, just past midfield. It's tight end Rodney Smith going in motion. Covert out of the backfield, complete to Harrison. Still on his feet, and he gets a first down. The screen pass, Rochelle, is something that this team likes to utilize early and often.
And it works for them. I mean, Sam Harrison just had a great run there, picking up a first down, on first down. I mean, they're really good at moving the ball both in the air and on the field and on the ground.
You know, the interesting thing about that, as we said, it's one thing to anticipate it, it's another thing to stop it. And Pittsburgh not able to do it last week. We'll see if Chicago can get a rein on it today. A good throw again. Oh, it's just out of the hands of the intended target, Rodney Smith. Of course, a nice defensive play made by Tyler Highfield to jar it loose.
I'm sure Rodney Smith wants that one back because that pass was right on the money by Covert.
Yeah, it really was. A rare drop. Typically, we see Rodney Smith hang on to that one. 2nd and 10. Just outside the 35-yard line. Back to the ground game they go with Harrison, who runs right, gains 4, and an important 3rd and 6 on the way.
That time I thought Chicago hadn't stopped, right at the line of scrimmage, but he just kept pushing his legs forward and picked up 4 yards.
As we said, these two teams have already met once this season. Of course, that was with some different players, so we won't bank too much on that. But one thing that was for certain, that was a very close football game, and we expect more of that as well this evening. So on 3rd and 6 with the defense hold, Covert to throw over the middle, and once again another 3rd down completion that converts to the 1st down, and utilizing those tight ends quickly this evening. And that time he finds the wide receiver, Ezekiel Bear, for the 1st.
Yeah, second big play by Ezekiel Bear, coming up with a clutch 1st down with a pass.
Past couple of times he has went for his tight ends there. He goes for Ezekiel Bear, who honestly could be a tight end with his height and stature.
No kidding.
Yeah. Some strong kids on this lineup right here. Gain of 5 for Harrison as he continues to ground and pound away. And this is an impressive drive at 3 minutes in, and they just continue to churn and ground and pound.
I think Harrison's picking up where he left off last week. He's having a great day so far.
The San Jose team looks markedly improved from the first half of the season. Now a run play, running right side to the halfback there. That is Gordon on the carry, and you'll see him time to time when they add him into the lineup.
And when your backup comes in and picks up the 1st down, that's a pretty good job by your running back there.
It's a good sign indeed. 1st and goal now for the San Jose Flight. Chicago looking to crowd the line, and they will not be able to keep Harrison out of the end zone. Touchdown, San Jose. They strike first, and a very impressive drive.
With straight up the gut football, you give it to your halfback, you make him do the work, he just keeps pushing and pushing. The O-line's pushing. Number 82 with a great block there, Rodney Smith.
It was.
Tight end.
That's exactly right. Rodney Smith, the tight end, 6'6", 247 pounds, and he was leaning on that defender, pushing him along. For now, San Jose winning the fight in the trenches. And now on for the extra point is Andrew Parker. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. So as we said, a rather lengthy drive of 3 minutes and 40 seconds, a 10-play drive. And the big key here, San Jose did not have to settle for a field goal. They were able to punch it in for a touchdown.
Well, last week, San Jose put up 41 points against Pittsburgh, so their offense knows how to score.
That's true. That was one of the things that we looked at coming in to this second half of the SFLm season, and that's something they have very much improved upon in 1 week, as you said, putting up some good numbers. Now we'll get to see Chicago at work, a team that has won a handful of games this season. They come in here 3-4, looking to improve. They've got Iman Kopech under center at quarterback. The 2 halfbacks are Kirk Wynn and Elegant Snowbird. The wide receiving core of Toby Bonnet and Nick Twice, and at guard it's Zena West. Now Kopech, you will be familiar with seeing him. He just finished a stint in Charleston. Made their way well into the SFL playoffs. Kopech back, continuing to develop here, and a great pass and a great completion to Nick Twice, his Charleston teammate, as a matter of fact, for the 1st down.
Yeah, nice play, and way to catch the ball and find open space and give him more yards after the catch.
And you see Gordon right there on the coverage for San Jose, trying to get the interception, it looked like to me, and instead Twice was able to get the football and run straight ahead and get a good chunk of yards on 1st down. So it took 1 play for Chicago to get their first down of the evening. Kopech
empty
with
set.
Yeah, 3 empty set, 3 receivers to the bottom. The pass.
Nice play.
Yeah, good defensive play. That's really all you can say right there. Let's introduce you to the San Jose Flight. Defensive end, Moss Booker, and the linebacking core of Jad McPherson and King McNeely. The cornerbacks, Tavius Gordon, Elijah Quick, Willie Bands, and Kronk Worthy round out the starting lineup at the free safety and safety spot, respectively. 2nd and 10 now coming up for Chicago. They send a man in motion. And the handoff. Nothing there for Kirk Wynn, is trying to make something happen. The offensive line was completely smothered.
Yeah, number 55, the inside linebacker, Jad McPherson, said, I don't think so, not today.
The interesting thing about that, we talked about McPherson. We called his name quite a bit last week, and I think we had even talked about just what a strong game he had. He had one of those games that made him a contender for Defensive Player of the Game, in my opinion. Pressure coming. Kopech almost throws an interception. That was close. Willie Bands was close to picking that one off. If the ball, I think it got there a little bit early, obviously with the pressure coming on Kopech, and I think that's what kept Bands from pulling that one in.
Yeah, I think it hit him on his shoulder pad. He hadn't quite turned around all the way yet.
Interesting thing to note there, that entire right side of the Chicago offense, that offensive line just decimated on that play. And so on to punt now for Chicago. And it is fielded by Simmons, and San Jose will take over.
A nice stop of San Jose's defense there, getting Chicago off the field pretty quickly.
Covert back under center, wanting to pick up where they left off just a few moments ago. We're halfway through this first quarter. We welcome you in on this beautiful Friday night. Harrison again takes the carry and gets spun around after a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, I like the San Jose offense. They mix up the passes and the runs pretty well.
This is quite a difference from the first San Jose squad that we've seen, in the first half of the season. There's Bismarck Wright, one of his first carries of the evening, and he comes in with a head of steam, and he gets close to the first down.
It's 3rd and 1. I'd use right here, Harrison, one more time. Pick up the first.
Now, Rochelle, what does that mean when we think a team should do something?
That means they're probably going to pass here, Cameron.
Well, they listened to you that time. Harrison with the carry, shakes a tackle, still on his feet, crosses the 35 and gets close to the 40. I think they were listening in on this broadcast.
And I find their outside runs are very, very impressive. I mean, he just broke his own tackle there. Look at the blocking there for him to pump loose by number 45.
This is a team that seems very complete right now. And we know that the first half of the season, they kind of dug themselves into a hole. But we also know that this SFLm season is really 2 chapters, if you will. So we're starting to see this second half of the season, this team really come along. Good developmental players. The rushing game is there. A good defensive play that time by Chicago. And William Patterson, he has played for Atlanta previously in season 23. And so now he is back down to the Chicago lineup. Arthur goes in motion. And Covert to throw. Plenty of time. And as we said, just picking people off one by one. And radar precision passes there. Ezekiel Bear was his target that time for a first down.
Yeah, he's like the favorite target tonight. He's having a pretty good night himself.
I think what's fun is watching Covert when he gets time in the pocket. He's very comfortable. And, he goes through his reads and just, has a great sense of finding the open man. Again, good job by the offensive line. Steps up and throws a beauty. That's Chris Arthur. Again, as we said, one of the tight ends, Chris Arthur, talking about season 23 in the SFL. He spent time with Denver.
And they're doing a good job of spreading the ball around. The only receiver without a pass so far is King Alexander. I'm sure we'll see him somewhere tonight.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen King Alexander make some really nice plays, as a matter of fact. Last week, as we said, we got the pleasure of watching them as they played Pittsburgh. And this offense picking up right where they left off. We can say that with certainty. Final minutes of the first quarter, screen pass out of the backfield. And we talked about somebody needing to just stand in there, step up, and make a play on that screen pass that's worked so well. This time it was Tyler Highfield with the tackle.
Yeah, Tyler Highfield's returning SFL reinforcement player from the DC Dragons. Showing up that defense.
Crushing hit, too. Quick set. Nice. You just can't stop this offense right now. Ezekiel Bear, again, over the middle. If Chicago wants to do something here, Rochelle, they're going to try to contain that middle of the field, try to let these, make it harder on these receivers, I should say, to get open.
Right, this time Covert and Bear were on the same page. I mean, he caught his receiver in stride, middle of the field, very quick pass off the line.
Defense really needing to get pressure here. on San Jose. They want to make a game of this here. Pressure did come around the edges, but again, standing in there, and you just said it, Rochelle. King Alexander would make his presence known sooner or later. That time they find him for the first down, first and goal.
Now, Cover has actually used all his offensive weapons so far. Every receiver, every tight end has a pass.
And where was that pass located again?
In the middle of the field.
Middle of the field. Their bread and butter. And for the moment, Chicago scratching their head, trying to come up with some sort of answer to stop it. Pressure around the edges, but standing in there. Oh, no. Covert went for the touchdown, looking for Ezekiel Bear, and stepping in front of that one was Ness Jenkel. I hope we get a look at this. I felt like that was contested. I mean, that was one of those that it was just a fight to the end to see who come down with it.
Oh yeah, good position.
Yeah, that angle really showed it. Well, we said it, didn't we, Rochelle? We said that for Chicago to not go down in this game, 2 scores to a very talented San Jose team, the defense needed to step up, and it took them getting down to the goal line to do so, but Ness Jenkel with the INT. Chicago back in business. A good run that time. That's Kirk Wynn with a much better carry than what we've seen on the previous series.
Yeah, we have Kirk Wynn, we have Elegant Snowbird. You know, you have 2 tight ends on this team too, so they should be able to run the ball pretty well.
As we said, Chicago's defense able to bail them out. Now we'll see if the offense can get things going. Tight formation here, and they keep it on the ground once more. That Elegant Snowbird, as you mentioned, and a first down.
I like how Chicago's now starting to run the ball. They're having a little bit more success with it so far in this drive.
Two receivers to the right of Iman Kopech, but they stay on the ground. And for the moment, that continues to work as Wynn fights forward for 4. Yeah, they're going to say 4 yards. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. San Jose, they were threatening to go up by 2 scores. The Chicago defense makes a play, and now Chicago will have the football when we resume play at the start of the second quarter. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Cameron Duty and Rochelle Colston here. Of course, Cameron Irvine and Alex West back at SFL headquarters this evening. Thank you, gentlemen, for all that you do. Rochelle, so far an exciting first quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Fast one, too.
Kopech with the fake handoff and throws all the way over to the sidelines, and that was intended for Nick Twice, but it didn't look like Kopech really had enough strength on that pass.
No, he didn't. Maybe he felt rushed again because San Jose keeps applying the pressure.
That one kind of fluttered out of his hands there. 3rd and 6. They went for that fake handoff there, and it really didn't do him any favors because the pressure still got to Kopech, and he wasn't able to steady his feet. 3rd down, Kopech rolling, going to step up. He has good leg. Baseball slides for the first down, and that's just good awareness. And also what that is, Rochelle, is a quarterback who is getting a lot of experience knowing when to just tuck it and run instead of try to make something happen.
And like he's a very smart quarterback, did the slide, slid, just in time to pick up the first down. You see a lot of, quarterbacks come up short in this league with their slides. So good job.
A little momentum now on Chicago's side. Toss play right side to Kirk Wynn. He stood up after a gain of 4. He took a pretty good shot there.
I mean, 4 yards by a run on first down, is a great thing. You keep doing that, you can get a first down every time.
Approaching midfield here, Chicago, as we said there at home this evening. Home crowd behind them. Kopech rolling out, throwing the pass over the head of the intended target. That one looked a little too high. Incomplete.
And the receiver was Goose Busters, the new tight end. It's a little bit overthrown there.
And again, facing 3rd and 6. An empty set. We'll see what Kopech can do. Or will this San Jose defense be able to stand up? Pressure coming, has to unload quickly. Incomplete. But we've got a flag. We also seen some contact there. We'll see what the ref says. Oh, defensive pass interference. Let's see on the replay.
Yeah, you definitely can't do that.
It's like a little bit of Australian rugby there, as opposed to SFLm football, with the way that tackle was displayed. But
And
it's
that
going
wasn't
to
even a
work.
bump. That was a full-on tackle.
That was a Friday night smackdown. All you wrestling fans out there. Man in motion for Chicago. Kopech again to throw. The pass complete. And I tell you what, he really had to be precise with that one. Defenders all around Nick twice, but he was able to thread the needle and get the first.
Yeah, and Kopech needs to find some different receivers. You just can't keep throwing it twice.
I tell you, they're going to get wise to that, but it was able to work out for them there for sure. And one of the things that you can attribute to that was that breaking route as twice cut to the inside at the last minute. Good job of Kopech, putting it where only the receiver could get it. Throwing again across the middle that time to his intended target for a gain of 6 on first down.
I like that play. You just, taking what the defense actually gives you. Nothing fancy. Just a quick little pickup of 6 yards there.
I think you and I will both agree there's nothing wrong with going underneath and just, as you said, picking up some solid yards, making the next down much more manageable. Oh, the fake handoff confuses the defensive end. They're coming around, but nevertheless, incomplete. Good coverage downfield by Willie Bands once more.
Now, I don't understand both of these teams. You get into the red zone and you just abandon your run game that was working.
Certainly seems to be the trend for whatever reason, but yeah, you're right. On 3rd and 4, second down would have been a fantastic opportunity there to just carry the rock and try to get some positive yardage. Nevertheless, they are forced to throw probably on 3rd and 4 inside the 20-yard line. Kopech,
Nice.
and sticks it in there. A great job of locating his receiver, coming back for the football, and it's a first down.
A nice little play again. Just dumping it off, picking up the first down, moving the ball down the field.
We see him go back to the ground game here on first down. We do.
We do.
Toss play right side, still on his feet, Kirk Wynn, and that is why you really don't want to go away from it. I know it was only 3 yards, but, the more, seems like these running backs, the more contact that they get, the better they play.
Yeah, and that seemed like a very short, that's a lot of running just to pick up 3 yards.
It is, but, like I said, these players, they seem to get a second wind when they get that head-on contact and they shake out of a tackle. Just turning on the jets, if you will. 2nd and 7, toss play again right side. That's for Elegant Snowbird. So as you see, they're trying to utilize that right side of the field to their advantage, and that brings us to 3rd and 3.
You have to be very careful here. We saw what San Jose did, passing into the end zone. The defense gets very, compact. It's hard to pass to the end zone on 3rd down.
But Kopech, a rollout play, stays on his feet. He takes a shot. I believe that was Willie Bands who nearly took Kopech's head off. He gets the first down, but we talked about a quarterback that gets hit on a rush. You got to be very careful there.
Yeah, he was almost sent to the shadow realm there. I'm surprised he got up.
He got his bell rung, but he's able to get right back up, get under center. That's 1st and goal for the Chicago Warriors. Fighting hard here. Toss play again right side. Snowbird fighting. Oh, looked for a minute like Snowbird was going to be able to clear the defender before taking a shot.
And there's that man, Jack McPherson, again with a huge hit.
Oh, man, we always say that McPherson is around the football. Seems like every time.
I'd run it again here. Yep.
And they will.
Nice.
No, actually, it was the contact from the defender that pushed Wynn into the end zone for the touchdown, and Chicago able to go the length of the field thanks to a interception in the back of the end zone, and the offense able to capitalize.
We just got a great shot of the drag drone work blimp in the sky.
That's right, Dags Drone Works for all of your events that you may need at your disposal. Great aerial photography. I'm glad to have it here in Chicago this evening. getting treated to a great game. The extra point is good. We're all tied up with 6:04 remaining in the second. A 16-play drive, Rochelle. We thought San Jose's 10 was a good lengthy drive.
16 plays. Wow, that's a long drive. Very well put together drive, I may say.
If I'm not mistaken, just off the top of my head, 4 conversions for third down. Impressive. This kick will be returned to the 31-yard line. This is where they will take over. Folks, we want to remind you the SFL convention is headed to Baltimore for the 2025 convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July the 10th through the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of the host hotel, the Hyatt Regency. Of course, looking out into Baltimore's beautiful Inner Harbor, and revel in the league's first convention on the East Coast. Reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. Covert to throw. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great time. That path high and intended for number 83. Let me get my eyes on it. That's Chris Alter. Incomplete, second down. A little too much, what would you say? A little too much mustard on that one, I think is the phrase.
Yeah, I think so.
If it's not, we just made it up, and that's fine with me.
Gilbert needs to settle down for his interception to the end zone. He needs to get back into his rhythm.
A little bit rattled. Throwing now. That was a nice, safe play. We talked about that. We've seen Chicago do that. Take what the defense gives you. They get some good yardage there, making the third down much more manageable.
Yes, 3rd and 4. Your playbook's wide open, but I think you're going to see a pass right now.
More often than not. Yeah, a good day so far, with the exception of that INT. Covert, plenty of time looking, throwing into heavy traffic, able to complete, though. He has Arthur. Or no, King Alexander, excuse me. Yeah, first down.
These receivers are very, nice-sized receivers out there. They're tall. I mean, King Alexander is 240 pounds as a receiver. He should be a tight end. But he's playing wide receiver, so he has a little bit more speed.
And the defender there was all over King Alexander on that play. Good job of completing it. Yep, out of the backfield once more. That's Harrison, and he's going to get the first down. He gets rode out of bounds.
And that play is like a money play for San Jose. It works almost every time.
It is. And I mean, again, you get that little soft pocket there for them to throw into. And then you see the defense, it doesn't matter who it is, trying to scamper at the last minute to make the tackle before Harrison or Bismarck Wright is able to get loose.
Well, it's because the cornerbacks are playing back. They're not playing man, they're playing zone. So your cornerbacks are way back off the line, like 10 yards.
Yeah. And at what point, do you expect to see tonight maybe Chicago change if this continues to be a problem for them? Covert to throw deep, and yeah, able to hang on. As a matter of fact, is Chris Arthur. I didn't know if he's going to be able to stick that one or not, but a good job in double coverage.
That time, Alexander went in motion, and nobody picked him up. So I'm surprised the pass didn't go to him.
Yeah, instead he found Arthur on the break there, coming across the middle of the field. Yeah, and heavy traffic. So Covert feeling a little gutsy there, wanted to throw that one in, and now San Jose quickly back in the red zone. Screen pass again out of the backfield. Harrison breaks the tackle to the 5. Working hard to get to the end zone. He's going to get the first and goal. And like we said, I mean, really not much more you can say about that play. Just how good that screen pass is always set up. And look at the blocking downfield right here, Rochelle.
Number 82 again with a huge block. That's Rodney Smith again, the tight end with another block.
Rodney Smith is showing just how, not only how good he is as a receiver, but blocking downfield for these backs. First and goal. They keep it on the ground and stood up. Yeah, short of the touchdown there is Bismarck Wright. Good defensive play right there in the middle to stuff him.
Bismarck's a little small for a fullback. He's only weighs 225. He's only 6 foot tall.
On second down.
Ooh.
Diving into the end zone for the touchdown, number 34. That was Gordon in on the carry, and San Jose out in front once more.
When your backup can come into the game and score a touchdown, your run game's on point.
Well, you know, Gordon, he is a pretty stocky athlete there himself, and he durable, can take a hit if he needs to, or can somersault into the end zone if he wishes.
Yeah, I don't think the little somersault was necessary, but it was very showy.
But, you know, I'm going to give him a solid 8 on that.
A tumbling move. Gymnastics. We're scoring gymnastics now in the football game. Great.
I mean, we might as well. We can combine the two. Parker with the extra point as San Jose takes the lead. 3:13 remaining in this first half. Maybe that's something we need to look into. We can give you know, points for sticking the landing on some of these receptions or some of these runs.
So I usually call, you know, very, you know, ballerina moves or acrobatic moves, but now we have gymnastic moves on the field.
Well, my wife was watching that new roller skating competition on Netflix or what have you, where it is like acrobats with roller skates, and so I think I'm just on a kick of telling everybody how
Sounds
well they
scary.
It is. It's dangerous. That's what makes it fun, unfortunately. Everybody likes the perils of acrobatics. Toss play right side for Chicago, and Wynn bulldozing a defender and doing a great job continuing to carry tonight. A 1st and 10, and this is the best I feel like we have seen him in quite a few games.
He's a nice size halfback. He's 6'2", 230 pounds, just bullying his way through the defenders.
His average is up to 4.3. Well, that's always good when you can get a number like that. 4.3 per carry. You're doing something right.
Great.
On the ground they go once more. That is Snowbird getting 4. No hurry right now for Chicago. They would love to take this clock as far down to the half as they possibly could.
And I don't blame you. The longer you can keep San Jose's offense off the field, the better off you are.
And this is a Chicago team that we know they do not care to be very methodical. Oh, and still on his feet, Kirk Wynn for the 1st down. It looked like he was going to go for negative yards there. Instead, he shoots out of there like a cannonball.
I mean, he has a little bit of blocking there. Number 12, great block. Yeah. Your wide receivers blocking for you now. That's pretty good.
Well, Nick Twice doing a good job on the block indeed, because that was really the springboard to that great run. 2 minutes remaining. A fast-moving first half. Plenty of action. What more could you want on a Friday night? SFLm action continues in just a moment. First and 10. We've seen Iman Kopech go to the empty set before the 2-minute warning hit. They come right back to the empty set after the 2-minute warning. Happy with what they see. They've got a man in motion here to the top of the screen. 3 receivers now. Kopech rolling out. He's going to step up and run for the 1st down and bulldoze ahead. He gets up feeling pretty proud after that one.
At that time, the linebacker, Jack McPherson, came in on the rush. He saw him. He broke through, so he just started taking off running. There was no way in front of him.
With the exception of a couple of unnecessary hits that Kopech has taken at the end of those running attempts, he's played a very wise game thus far. Kopech with the handoff. Kirk Wynn again. Spin moves out and gets bulldozed by Willie Bands. Lowered the shoulder and lowered the boom after an 8-yard gain.
I think since Chicago's established their run game, it's opened up their passing game a lot.
It has. And are you starting to feel a little frustration there by these San Jose defenders? I feel like with just how well the rushing game is going, I mean, you can almost see it in some of the tackling. Timeout is called. That brings us to 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Chicago's mentality here is we're going to hold on to this ball as long as we can, go into the half, and hopefully put up 7 points before we do it.
Big play here, 3rd and 1. Sometimes it's that longest yard, hardest to get. They pass, on third down. It turns out to be the right play, complete, and a timeout is called. So we'll get a quick moment to discuss that, Rochelle. Did you like that play call?
Yes, number 40, the new tight ends, like week 2 signing, Tashion Marable, came in with a great catch. If I didn't say that right in the chat, please correct me.
Said it better than I could. You did a great job, my friend Rochelle. The pass incomplete to the intended target. And a good job there of Elijah Quick on the defense.
Yeah, Elijah Quick coming up clutch, making a big hit just as the receiver received the ball, throwing the ball loose. An incomplete pass.
Kopech again to throw deep downfield. The pass is complete again to the middle of the field. That's been their bread and butter. And their final timeout is called.
Yeah, both teams attacking the middle of the field and doing it very well. You gotta be careful here. You're within, like the 6-yard line, and passes can be very tough to the end zone.
Indeed, it can. We'll see what they can do here as they are knocking on the door of the end zone. One-handed grab by Nick Twice, and that's a statement play. Touchdown, Chicago. They're a point away from tying it up.
Yeah, but you leave too much time on the clock for San Jose.
Let's just revel in that one-handed grab right there for just a moment. It isn't a thing of beauty. You got to love it.
That was more of a ballet move.
I would still give it a solid 7.5 as far as ballet moves go. As far as receptions go, I'd give it a 10.
Me too.
The extra point is good. We're all tied up at 14, and as you mentioned, Rochelle, it leaves 54 seconds on the clock for San Jose to strike.
And they can score quickly when they want to. We saw that on our previous possession. They move the ball really well down the field.
Yeah, they can. That's something that, honestly, Chicago, very methodical. They don't like to get in a lot of hurry. But now San Jose, they can strike, and we'll see what they can do with about 49 seconds remaining. And what's been a great first half thus far. We hope you're enjoying it. And if you haven't already, please strike that like button. Give it a smash and let people know that you're spending your Friday nights watching the SFLm on YouTube. Covert to throw. The pass complete. It's going to be short of the sticks there. 2nd and 2.
They're just being kind of methodical themselves. I don't know if they're looking to just go to the half tied up, or if they're going to go for a big strike down the field. They're not using any of their timeouts so far.
The carry to Harrison, a yard short, 3rd and inches. They seem to be rather content to let this thing go to the locker rooms.
Looks that way.
Well, we'll see if they may surprise us here in the final 7 seconds, but I don't expect it. They're very comfortable right now.
Yeah, very heavy set here.
Oh, and a final snap to Bismarck Wright, maybe hoping to catch them off guard. Not so much the case. That does bring us to halftime, tied at 14. We thought this would be a close battle, Rochelle. So far, that is what we're seeing. Tie ball game. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Give me your thoughts, Rochelle, as we welcome you all into the SFL halftime report.
Like I said, both teams are playing very well on offense and defense. I mean, Covert and Kopech are having very good nights. The running backs are doing well. Receivers balling out. It's a pretty good game all the way around.
And so far as you see some of the stats there, Kopech 7 of 13, 83 yards. Even rushing, he's done a nice job as well. Players such as Nick Twice, Kirk Wynn, heating up for Chicago. And of course for San Jose, you've got Isaac Covert and those big receivers. And that guy right there, Harrison, 7 attempts on 32 yards and a touchdown. Also 35 receiving yards. So we'll see what this second half has in store as we welcome you back to beautiful Chicago, Illinois on this starry Friday evening and this early November evening.
Chicago gets the ball, at the half. Let's see what they can do here and take the lead of the game for the first time.
Fielded at about the 10-yard line and will be brought back to the 31-yard line, which is where Chicago will set up.
They're using their cornerback for a return. That's Ginkle. Nice return.
It's going to be interesting, I think, to see what adjustments that these two teams make here. I mean, it really is. That's where you see the difference in this game is how these players and teams come out of the half. And another good run here by Wynn, 2nd and 2. I think if you are San Jose, you want to stop this guy before he gets any hotter.
Yeah, that time they came out in a bunch set, kind of spreading out the defense a little bit, and just a great run by Kirk Wynn.
Taking a 2 toss play right side to the elegant Snowbird, who gets just enough for the first down.
I mean, you can tell by their offense, they wind up in a run formation. You know the run's coming, and you just can't stop it.
Kopech and Chicago, I mean, they are so cool and comfortable right now. It's so interesting to see just how methodical this team is at the moment. Now Kopech throwing.
Wow.
Yeah, a great reaching reception by Nick Twice before getting pushed out of bounds. And that is something, Rochelle, a burst, I guess, on a passing play that we really didn't see out of Chicago that first half.
He made Tabby extraordinary look kind of silly.
No, he really did. And credit that completely to Nick Twice for just being aware to go up and kind of cut off the route there and get the pass. This is the fun part here. You know, Chicago trying to get that passing game going a little bit more. Snowbird toss play right side, still on his feet, getting close to the markers, a 7-yard gain. And this is the fun part for me, Rochelle, is seeing Kopech and some of these receivers such as Nick Twice. And, you know, we mentioned Tayshawn Marable and Goosebusters and Toby Bonnets. They're all in there, and you're going to start seeing him possibly spread the football out a little bit more.
Thinking he's definitely going to run here.
Yep,
nice
good call. Good call to win for the first down.
Yeah, we're talking about, how methodical, Chicago really is. And this time, I mean, they're moving the ball. They're taking off 2 minutes off the clock, but they're moving the ball pretty quickly this time.
Defensive line there shifts. Toss play right side again to Snowbird, and that time it was Wistrom in on the tackle. Read that one like a book. That's one of the first times in the last couple of snaps that they've been able to keep them from getting around the edge.
Look at Snowbird. That's a huge running back. He's 6'4". He's like a fullback back there as a halfback. They like this empty set, Cameron. They really do.
They do, indeed. Now we see that is Wynn in motion, the halfback.
That's different.
That is. Kopech will throw. He unloads that tip. That was scary for a moment. In the hands of King McNeely, just wasn't able to bring it down. That's 3rd and 10.
I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of passing the ball. Once you get that deep into the red zone, that's what happens.
It's exactly the thing that happened to Isaac Covert in the first half also at this side of the field. Kopech to throw with pressure over the heads of the intended target, and that's probably a good thing. He was trying to find his man there, Goosebusters, but the reason we say that's a good thing, there's double coverage there. That could have been intercepted easily.
I saw in the chat earlier, it was like, who are you going to call when you need a touchdown? Goosebusters? That time the ball was just a little bit overthrown.
Well, that puts that song in my head. Thank you. The extra point, or the 3-point attempt there, the field goal is good. 9 plays, 56-yard drive. That's going to put Chicago out front. And I got to say, another impressive drive by the Warriors. And a good job of San Jose there turning up the heat a little bit and keeping Chicago out of the end zone.
And for the first time today, Chicago does have the lead. I'm sorry, Justin Bates had to steal that one.
This one is returnable. And we will see San Jose set up shop, at the 23-yard line. A tongue twister. San Jose set up shop. I'll not do that again. Was that ball loose there at the end? It looked like it was.
I didn't see.
Looks like at the very last minute there, that ball came loose and one of the San Jose special teamsmen pounced on it. That happened quickly, almost in the blink of an eye. For San Jose, though, however, it's good they get the football at the 23-yard line where Isaac Covert will start for the first play of the second half and almost intercepted. Good defense once more. That's William Patterson on the tip.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he actually saw there. All I saw was like 5 blue jerseys.
You know, let's highlight some of these week 2 signings there for Chicago, such as Finn Steele in the linebacking position we've seen out there a couple of times. Now going wide for San Jose, Sam Harrison. And Covert gonna run. Baseball slides amongst 3 defenders diving for him. He comes up unscathed. It's 3rd and 4.
So now both of these quarterbacks are a threat to run, apparently.
I think it's just simply a thing. Covert has seen Kopech, and he's just decided, oh, if you can do it, I can do it too. These players, they're so competitive. Covert to throw on 3rd down, and he's going to get the 1st. And that's only because Gordon had to carry the defender for about 7 good yards there to get the 1st.
I mean, Gordon's having a pretty good night himself.
He is. He had the touchdown. He almost stuck the landing on that dive, you know. And William Patterson literally was on Gordon's back for a good 5 yards. He just kept running and gets the 1st down for San Jose.
Wow.
And that's Harrison kid. He's something else. I mean, he really is. You know, seeing what he is able to do here at the point of contact and keep his legs churning.
I mean, it's good, you know, great balance on his feet. Lowers the center of gravity. He just keeps pushing forward.
Second and 6 on the handoff. Getting twisted around there is Bismarck Wright.
And I thought he had that one.
I did too. I'm surprised that they didn't call that a first. Doesn't look like we'll see a challenge. That's 3rd and inches.
Yeah, see another run up the gut though, I bet.
And the 1st down by Harrison's been moved before he gets yanked around. But most importantly, he gets the 1st, and San Jose again here on the move.
I call San Jose sticking to their run game. It's been working very well for them tonight.
And one thing that both of these ground games have done, they have chewed the clock quickly. Time of possession, you know, it's been, you know, both of these teams have had very sustained drives, and you're starting to see it here on the game clock as well, making a difference. That pass complete on an in route there to the intended wide receiver, and it's going to be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, once again, taking advantage of what the defense gives you. Quick little dump pass, 3 yards.
It's been a really clean game thus far. I mean, you know, Covert did have the interception, but these teams have did a really nice job. Not many penalties, just good, clean football. Harrison gets a couple, and a big 3rd and 5. Chicago really wants to get San Jose off the field. They have not been able to do that very much, if at all, honestly, this entire evening.
For the 1 interception in the end zone, which really helped
in the end zone. Yeah, exactly. In the end zone. As far as down here on this side of the field, it's been tough. San Jose completes to the big bear, Ezekiel Bear, for the 1st and 10, and this drive will continue, so Chicago's defensive woes continue in that aspect.
You got to give credit to San Jose offensive line. I mean, Covert could have taken a nap back there.
He could have taken a nap, or he could have decided on, you know, just how difficult he was going to judge the next landing that Gordon was going to attempt if he gets a chance at it in the end zone. I mean, you know, probably thinking about 10 or 12 different things back there. There's going to be some interference. Yep, you read that, Rochelle.
See this again? Are we going to see it?
I'm hoping so. It was pretty obvious there as Devontae Moore, who, yeah, just kind of impeded the receiver's route, and they'll get that every time.
I might have to talk with him after this game. Do that player from the Los Angeles Lakers.
I know. That's trying to give you a moment to breathe there before you had to give him a lecture. Go easy on him now. I mean, hey, that happens every so often. 2nd and 3 now coming up.
And
so you go ahead, Rochelle.
So San Jose's moving the ball down the field once again. Over 18-22.
Nice game indeed for Covert. Closing in on 3 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Harrison with the run, and that's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy you want to give it to, and don't stop giving it to him just because you crossed the 20-yard line.
I agree. I mean, last time you got a little bit of trouble when you throw it to the end zone. Let your running backs do the job. You got 2 good ones. You got Harrison. You got your fullback. It's first thing, hold on to 2. There's none whatsoever. This rain pass would work here too.
Yeah, it would.
On the right side.
Showing pressure now is Chicago. Everybody up on the line. And look like they're bringing the full house just about. To keep it on the ground to Gordon, who had room to run. He had daylight for a moment before that was closed quickly. 2nd and goal coming up.
Yep, they went to the left. They should have gone to the right, I think. It was more open on that side of the field. I do that swinging pass to the right now.
.2:15 remaining in the third. They give it to Bismarck, who gets behind the lineman trying to bulldoze his way in. And really, what more can you say? A great defensive effort. I believe that was Frank Doom and Dallas Knowles there on the stop.
Definitely saw Dallas Knowles on the stop. So you're on the 1-yard line. I mean, what do you do here? Do not throw it.
They keep it on the ground, and effectively diving into the end zone is Harrison for the touchdown to put San Jose out in front.
This is been a really back and forth game so far all night long.
It really is. Now, let's take a look at this dive right here. You know, it's not a somersault. It's not a springboard. But you know what? It gets the job done because what does it do, Rochelle? It puts him in the lead. And he's seen that daylight, and he went for it.
That was more of a head-first baseball slide. Let's bring baseball in here now.
Oh, I like that. Snap, the hold is good. Parker's extra point right down the middle. And again, 14 plays, 5 minutes and 19 seconds. And San Jose back out front.
I mean, these long drives are just eating this clock by both teams.
Do I dare say this feels like it could be one of those games where whoever has the football last comes out the victor here?
I'm starting to believe that myself. And I love this kind of game. You're on the edge of your seat. You know what's going to happen.
Well, I think I speak for you when I say where else would you want to be on a Friday evening? I mean, this is great.
This is awesome.
And again, you see Ness Ginkel there with the return. They've used him a couple of different ways this evening. So Chicago starts on their 30-yard line. Iman Kopech again under center. That carry by Kirk Wynn, unfortunately going nowhere thanks to Wistrom. 2nd and 10 coming
Whenever
up.
your defensive line pushes the offensive line back, your running backs get stuck behind the blockers, basically. So there's nothing they can really do about that.
Empty set again. You mentioned it earlier, Rochelle, just how much they like this formation.
It's a little bit different than usual when they run it, but...
Yeah, that's over the head of Nick twice, and it's 3rd and 10. And this is where they don't want to be right here. We've not seen Chicago in this 3rd and 10 area very much tonight.
Yeah, because they stopped their running game all of a sudden, so yeah.
Which forces Chicago to have to throw on back-to-back plays, something they don't always like to do. Does they go out of the backfield here? That was twice on a breaking route, if you will, a short route, and really not even competitive there to reach the sticks for the first down, and they'll have to punt.
Great coverage by strong safety Cronk-Worthy there. Nice.
Not really sure about that drive, honestly, Rochelle. That seemed like it was a little awkward there for Chicago. Not sure if they wanted to try something a little bit different, but it didn't go the way that they were hoping. And they had to punt it away to Simmons, who gets back to the 33-yard line.
If you're Chicago, you need to be a little bit concerned because San Jose's been eating lots of. It's affecting another long, methodical drive for them here.
And, we just made the comment we felt like this could go down to whoever has the football last. Well, San Jose has a chance to say, you guys are wrong again, and take a methodical drive here and really put some space between themselves and Chicago. But we'll see what the Chicago defense has to say about that.
He's thinking whenever I'm broadcasting him, it's okay.
Oh, almost intercepted. A leaping attempt at the INT by Finn Steele, doing a great job, as we said. A week 2 signing, almost made the interception there.
But Ezekiel Bear almost made that catch behind the deflection there.
Yeah, that is true. And it looked as if maybe Finn Steele was the last line of defense because it didn't look like there were many people behind him, and Ezekiel Bear would have certainly benefited from that. Handoff, Bismarck Wright, who gets 5, and this brings up an important 3rd and 5. We'll see if they decide to run a play here, as the play clock and the game clock are pretty much in sync.
I'm not even going to try to guess at this one. I give up.
They will. Covert to roll out, pressure coming. He stands in there. He delivers. No, incomplete. And you can thank number 24, Tyler Highfield, for jarring that ball loose. That was going to be another first down, and this Chicago defense lowers the boom and gets a big break.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, very little time off the clock with someone with a huge stop, getting the ball back in their offense's hands.
This is a formation we've seen very little of tonight out of San Jose. This may actually be the first time we've seen a punt formation from San Jose. This is fielded at the 30-yard line. 8 seconds remaining in the third. Perfect time to go to Cameron Irvine and company for the SFL game break. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Cam. Jacob Morrison on this run for Albuquerque puts the Adams up 17-7 over Philadelphia. They now have 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Same score. Back to the youthful pairing of Rochelle Colston and Cameron Duke.
Youthful. Oh, he's trying to make up for what he said in the pre-meeting. That's good, Cam.
Youthful? Thanks, Cam.
Youthful. I'll take it. It's a lot nicer than what he said off there.
The abuse we get behind the scenes.
Oh, man.
Nobody will ever know.
Oh, we got a thick skin. 3 quarters in the book. San Jose leads 21-17. We'll be right back, folks.
The presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
We welcome you back. This is going to be an exciting fourth quarter, no doubt. Both of these teams have played a great game. We're setting up for a fun finish. Kopech with the handoff to Wynn, who just is rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling across the 40 to the 45-yard line. And this guy right here, just don't quit giving him the football. He's like Harrison on the other side. This has been a great highlight of halfbacks this entire game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad they're sticking to their run game because Kirkland and Denver are doing a pretty good job out there.
It's been a lot of fun indeed. And as we said, the halfbacks and fullbacks, as a matter of fact, for both of these teams have done a great job tonight. A handoff again, and that's a good job by the defense. Number 55. Yep. We've said calling his name a time or two tonight.
Called his name a few times last week too.
Getting a lot of attention around the SFLm this second half of the season. Handoff to Wynn. Trying to dodge a couple of defenders there, and he gets some positive yards, and that brings up a 3rd and 6. And now I know I'm not trying to be dramatic, really not trying to make a storyline, no need to, because it's playing out in front of us. But this is kind of important here, Rochelle, because not much time left in this game.
Ooh.
Oh, and obliterated. Coming around the edge that time was San Jose, and the big man, Pickett, with the sack.
Yeah, I'm not really. Let's see this again. Wow, he just came in unblocked. 3 of them came in unblocked. That Kopech didn't have a chance.
Had not one chance. And now this goes back to the spot with which I was, that mention I was ready to say. I know it seems like a lot of time, but 8 minutes and some change left in this game. And San Jose is known to take a drive and go 5-6 minutes. Who knows how many more opportunities Chicago may have at getting this football.
Yeah, right now, Chicago's defense has to come up huge and force San Jose to punt again.
So San Jose now, they know with 8:12 remaining, not only can they eat a lot of clock here, but they may also have an opportunity to put some points on the board. They're in the driver's seat at the moment. Covert with that screen pass, this time to the left side, and it's Gordon who takes it.
The first screen pass I've seen at Gordon, usually it goes to Harrison, but they pick up on first down.
Four-yard gain, now 2nd and 6. And it's Harrison again with the carry. And, you know, my goodness, that's one of the things that I enjoy about watching this guy run the football. The more people that's around him, the harder he runs.
And the more people he just carries down the field with him. I mean, get on my back, I'll carry you.
Reminiscent of what Gordon did a couple of plays ago on that screen pass, right? Good pressure up the middle that time by Chicago, and that pushes San Jose there back by a yard.
If you're saying that you can't give up in the run game, you have to keep just in that rock and not block.
Inside of 7 minutes remaining in this football game.
I tried to expect that with emotion. Let's see where it goes.
Covert to throw deep downfield over his intended target. We've seen a couple of passes be off the mark, kind of almost uncharacteristically by Covert the second half.
I mean, these two quarterbacks are definitely veterans in the SFLm. I mean, we have a returning SFLm rookie and we have returning dev players. So these quarterbacks have lots of experience, both of them, on both sides.
3rd and 11, and you can hear the crowd come to their feet. Trying to spur on this Chicago defense. Covert rolling out, throwing deep.
Wow.
One-handed grab by the big bear, Ezekiel Bear, with the reception. And this drive will continue. It was looking bleak, but a great throw by Covert.
A great one-handed catch by Bear. So his name is Big Bear now. You've nicknamed him.
Seems that way. The Big Bear. I like that. Well, I guess we'll see, you know, if that's something that catches on maybe in the game chat or around the SFLm water cooler. I don't know, but hey, I'm submitting it.
Yeah, we have lots of nice little banter going on in the chat. Very friendly, competitive banter going on in our chat right now.
And we always appreciate that. Enjoyable, and look at this play. Rushing to the end zone after a great reception. Covert to Simmons. Could not believe the jets that Simmons had after making that catch. He was off to the races.
Basically, he just broke from his defender, made a great catch, and the defender went for the ball and missed him instead. And he's had a lot of daylight in front of him there.
Blink and you miss him.
Ooh, let's give the ball to Simmons and let him punch it in.
1st and goal, and this could be the play that kind of maybe could be the breakaway play of the game for San Jose. We'll see here. Harrison would not be denied into the end zone for another touchdown, and now San Jose goes up by 10 points with the extra point impending.
And that time Chicago had everybody in the box. They were looking for a run. He just broke his tackle.
so hard to contain when they get down to this side of the field. And like you said, leaning on that ground attack, which you have mentioned that you felt like a lot of these teams have really needed to start doing. Well, San Jose is a team that has. When they've got down to this side of the field, they have, as a matter of fact, I believe all of the touchdowns.
That was close.
It was close, indeed. Although the extra point is good, it's an 11-point game. But back to what we were discussing there, Rochelle. You mentioned don't abandon the run. San Jose, prime proof of what happens when you don't.
Yeah, no. San Jose runs a very balanced offense. They use their run game that opens up their passing game, and I mean, Mr. Bear is having a night.
Moore returns it out to the 26-yard line. And for Chicago, there is still time on the clock, but the thing about it is simply, they have had to work some very methodical drives, a lot of drives that have taken up pretty much the amount of time that's left in this game. They're going to have to figure out.
They have to abandon that. They have to go to a more air-heavy offense. They've got to score quickly.
Agreed. They're going to have to kick it up another gear here. Kopech, toss play, left side to Wynn, who does have blockers, and he's got space. Continuing to run and pound out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Wynn in the second half has proven himself to be a very serious running back. He's getting great yardage on first down, and a little spin move there because of the first down.
And the clock's still running, which we now have to pay close attention to here. Two receivers on either side for Iman Kopech. Man in the backfield. Kopech to throw. One-handed grab. And I tell you what. Yeah, that's Nick twice. And he just says, you know what? You can do it, Bear. I can do it as well.
I think that's the second one he's done one-handed tonight.
I think it is. These players are really showing off out here tonight.
No, he's going to be hit, too. He knows.
Oh, yeah. Gordon right there, stride for stride with him. And he still lays out and makes a great one-handed grab.
Poor receivers, you put your body on the line, you know you're going to get hit. You open your body up, you reach out with one hand, you know you're going to be hit in the side, and you still just hang on to the ball.
That's for the love of the game at that point, isn't it? Toss play, left side. Ooh, dunking under a defender was Wynn. I really like seeing that move, and they're not going to give him the first. I thought he had it. They're going to say he's just short.
Yeah, I thought he had it too. I guess it's not worth the challenge here. You may need your timeouts later on.
Indeed. Again, Chicago down by 11. Kopech run it up the middle just enough to get the first. This drive will continue. Well, we talked about them needing to kick it up into a higher gear, and we're starting to see a little bit more hurry up from these guys.
Yeah, definitely. And that was a surprise, the little quarterback sneak. That surprise caught me off guard for sure.
They work their way down to the 27-yard line as Wynn gets the carry, still pushing close to the 20 and a 5-yard gain. 3:50 remaining.
Yep, you a little bit more urgency, get back to that line, get the touchdown here.
Wynn over the 100-yard mark today in what I feel like has been his best game of his young career. There's Snowbird. 3rd and 1.
Now I see a little bit of sense of urgency from the offense. What a pass.
Quick screen pass. Oh, we've seen it work to perfection for San Jose all night. And now Chicago able to do something with it. Now that was Snowbird out of the backfield.
This is something they like here.
Fake handoff to the end zone. Off the hands of the intended target. Good coverage. Gordon really laid out there and delivered a shot to the intended receiver.
Yeah, Tavius Gordon from Fort Worth making a huge hit. Touchdown saving play there.
From the moment that play began, it felt like they were looking towards that side of the field, and San Jose able to read that like a book.
We're expecting a pass here.
Toby Bonnet's in motion to the bottom of your screen now. That is the way that Kopech throws, but Bonnet's had to go back for it. And it's 3rd and goal, 3 minutes remaining in this game and counting. Kopech to throw over the middle, incomplete. Tried to squeeze that one in there. and good coverage up the middle. Cronkworthy with the deflection.
I like that name, Cameron.
I do too. He's got attitude. I mean, you're 6'4", 230 pounds. I mean, he's certainly. I don't know if you want to give that name to someone who's like 5'5" and 120. So it works for his stature. 27-yard field goal attempt here. Chicago wants to get on the board. And they do. They get it within a one-score game, 28-20, and now we can expect an onside kick.
Definitely. I hate onside kicks, but they're we have a place in the game.
Well, it's interesting. 2:51 remaining here. You almost kind of can question, is it too early to do the onside? Would you rather put your defense out there and see if they can make a stop? But here is the onside kick, and it is fielded beautifully by San Jose. And I believe that was Gordon, who we seen had a really good night out of the halfback slot all evening.
I think that was Willie Bands, a free safety.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, that's right. Willie Bands. That's right. I believe it's Gordon who's number 31. My apologies there. So a good job of Willie Bands. And that will just about do it, I believe, for this ball game. One more first down for sure.
Definitely. I mean, Chicago has all 3 timeouts left, and they won't start using them after the, smart choice would be after the 2-minute warning.
Covert gives it to Harrison. Ooh. 1-yard gain. Folks, we want to remind you that the 23rd edition of the SFL playoffs continues Sunday with a semifinal doubleheader at 6:30 and 8 p.m. Eastern as number 1 seed Canton hosts 2-time defending champion Florida, and the Mexico City Aztecs welcome the Minnesota Legend. Find out who is headed to the season's championship game right here on SFL YouTube. And I think it's safe to say, after an exciting block of games as we've had this evening in the SFLm, that just gets you even more excited for what's getting ready to come up on Sunday.
Oh, wow, yeah. Sunday's going to be a great game.
Yeah, looking forward to each and every snap of those 2 games. But we still got a game to finish up here. 2 minutes to go. San Jose with the 8-point lead. We will take a breather, and we'll be right back. Speaking of great games in the SFLm, Season 9 will continue next Friday, November the 15th, with 4 more exciting matchups, and we'll tell you about those after this snap.
About San Jose as a team. I mean, they came in, they were 1-5 in the first half of the season. They came in, they picked up a win last week. They're winning this game. Total turnaround for that whole team.
So impressive indeed, and really got some eyes on them for sure as they force Chicago to take their first time out. Talking about those SFLm games, next week you have the league's top dog, Nashville, entering in enemy territory to face, guess who, Rochelle? The San Jose Flight at 9:15 Eastern. That could be a good game. Other matchups include Bossier City and Albuquerque, Chicago and Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia and Lexington. See the stars of tomorrow, Friday, November the 15th, all starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on the SFL YouTube. And that's going to be a really good game, that Albuquerque and San Jose games. As you said, San Jose with quite the turnaround the second half.
And Albuquerque, they're a big staple in the SFLm. They won a couple of championships, so they're always, very well coached, very good team.
And that'll be the final timeout here by Chicago, and Chicago looks as if they will fall to 3-5 as San Jose will improve to 3-5. And for both of these teams, as we said, Chicago defeated San Jose 20-17 in week 2. San Jose looks like they will get their revenge in this one. But, Chicago going to come up short, but really played a heck of a game.
This has been an awesome game. I mean, both teams came out. Both quarterbacks look great. Both halfbacks look great. I mean, one mistake by Covert that didn't hurt him.
And in the end, we talked about the adjustments that needed to be made in the second half. San Jose has done a great job of keeping Chicago out of the end zone, forcing that punt that we mentioned on one of those drives where they so desperately needed to keep the drive alive. And that made all the difference because San Jose was able to go right back down the field and score. as we see the victory formation for the San Jose Flight.
Yeah, the best formation in football, Cameron.
And
If
I
you're
know
winning.
you know that for sure. I know that feeling of for you and your organization there when you're able to line up in that victory formation. Sweet victory. And this should do it. One final kneel down here. And San Jose will improve to 3-5. As we said, more exciting football coming up your way. As we said, the SFL matchups coming up on Sunday to determine who's going to the championship game. More coming up a week from tonight for the SFLm. Rochelle, San Jose gets the victory, 28-20. There is the triple zeros. It's officially in the books in a good game by both of these teams tonight. As we said, 28-20, the Flight strikes and they improve to 3-5. What are your final thoughts, Rochelle?
Whenever you can come on, go on the road and beat a team at home, and have, most teams played great, but San Jose would just play a little bit better.
Exactly. I mean, a great complementary football game played by San Jose. All facets of the game was fantastic. Player of the game?
They go with Sam Harrison this week.
Sam Harrison, a big night indeed. Folks, we want to thank you so much for joining us on this Friday night. Thank you for those who were in the chat. We enjoyed reading what you had to say. Thank you, of course, to Alex West, Cameron Irvine, and for my partner, Rochelle Colston. My name is Cameron Duty. Enjoy your weekend. We thank you for spending part of it with us on the SFL on YouTube. Have a good night.